Hello boys and girls, Ultimate Hero here, and welcome to Character Analysis. Next character on the list is Rise Kujikawa, and I will make a note before I begin. This one, in my opinion, out of all the characters, this is going to be the most hardest for me, because, quite frankly, even though I can understand Rise's personality, I can't really explain it. I don't know why. I can explain the other characters, just give me the proper amount of time, and I shall get it done. But as for Rise, it's just her personality. It's just her character. She's just out there, and she's always on the move. She stops for nobody, personality-wise and all that. So, just forgive me if I fail to explain it properly. I'm gonna try my best, and I did have to get help from somebody for this, which I shall be quoting her here and there. I might even just straight out read out what she says. But, so, thanks again, or first thanks to Katie, or Super Suzona. I'll put a link to her channel in the description. Right now she's doing Tales Symphonia. It's because of her, Creed, and Sonic Blue Sky that I'm going to get the game in April, after PAX East. And I probably expect a Let's Play out about that game. But anyway, I'll save the advertisements for the end. So thanks, Katie, for the support for this one, because I do not understand her very well, and Katie understands Rise much better than me. So, let's get straight into it. First, as you do the typical character analysis chart, or let's go over it again. Character's personality, then we go into why does this persona has the Arcana, and what parts of the character's personality fit into this. The character's shadow, or the third thing is the character's shadow and some symbolism, and then the character's social link, mostly the revelations, and my final opinion how I can relate to him or her. In this case, is there anything I can relate to with Rise here? Which, there is something. Generally, all the characters have something that every person can relate to. Usually, every person relates to. If not, I can guarantee every person. Maybe there's a couple exceptions. Maybe. But, as for any special things that I would like to clarify about Rise is one of the few that's not going to have any. So, anyway, let's just get straight into this, and let's begin. Let's go into Rise's personality. Rise is cheerful, she's a very outspoken character, she's really extroverted, and she's a really flirtatious person, which some people get irritated by that, which, remember, it's all the person of what people like in another person, basically. She's a very bubbly person, and she can be quite boastful and likes to brag about herself sometimes. Let's see, after you capture Mitsuo when she brags about her cooking, when in reality it sucks. The only decent cook is Naoto, and why? Because she follows the cookbook strictly. That's the only reason Naoto's a good female cook. But, anyway, that's really all I can say about her personality. Well, that's the common conceptions, though she can get a little emotional at times. Sometimes it could be crocodile tears or fake tears. Or at times she really will be being emotional. Sometimes it's hard to tell. And sometimes it's very obvious. Just depends on the situation. But in general, Rise can be a bit emotional. But for someone of her personality, it only makes sense. However, we shall get into the Arcana. As you already know, Rise, or her signature persona, as he would go, which represents the Lover's Arcana. Lovers, back in the past, it used to mean, or especially if you go to the Fool story, which I'll put the link to that when we get to the actual Fool, which in this case is a main character. So, anyway, Lover's Arcana, it usually represents two paths life could lead to, because if you look at the card, like, you might have to go look up an image of the Lover's card. Maybe I should have actually put that in each of these, but oh well. Anyway, you would see the male and the female, but however, in between them, you see this black line that kind of stretches out, then it splits into two like a Y. That's supposed to represent a crossroad. They could basically take two paths. In the full story, I actually did read it. It's a really good read. Read it if you're interested in tarot cards. It can help explain them too. You understand them a bit better through reading it a bit. But it usually means that the person facing this crossroad needs to make a decision. Today, however, it represents, of course, the typical love and romantic relationships, though it also symbolizes finding agreement with an ordinary friend or within conflicts. So, lovers usually represents agreements, loving, intimate relationships, and general friendships. Now, the recurring theme, it seems to be in the Persona games, is that those that represent the Lover's Arcana often attain an interest in the protagonist. Now, in this case, the Lover's Arcana in Persona 2 is Lisa Silverman, who straight up has a crush on Tatsuya. Persona 3, Yukari has a crush on Minato, or his new name is Gitaro Yamada, which I'm pretty sure she's gonna still have a crush on him. And then, of course, as you know, Persona 4, Rise has the biggest crush on main character. I swear to God, she fucking wants the D or something. But anyway, they generally, what am I saying? In the end, pretty much every girl has a freaking crush on the main characters. Pretty much. You could say, I could argue to say Naoto, because you gotta make certain options right in order to get her to fall in love with you. Otherwise, it's not forced upon like every other character. Yeah, come on, Chie likes main character, Yukiko, oh god, Yukiko does like main character, and I'm fine with that. I ship it, damn it. And then we got Rise. Though Rise is the most straight out, and even at the end, whether you friendzone her or get with her, she will say she loves you. It's funny that in the original Persona 4, this is the note here about Rise's character. In the original Persona 4, if you go in, if you got with her, as you saw in my Let's Play, she didn't even say it voice acted that she loves him. She loves the main character. But then you go in, if you friendzone her, it'll be voice acted, apparently. I think that's what happened. And it's like, what the hell? Are you serious? It's stupid. It's stupid, really. But, anyway, let's not drag it to the Arcana. Let's go straight to the next one. Or actually, no, that was the first half about explaining the Arcana. I have yet to explain how it fits into... Well, I kind of did, but aside from the typical, have the crush on the main character. But that's how it is, and Rise herself stands in a crossroad where she needs to make a choice of whether she should be... she should continue being an idol or stop being an idol. In that crossroad, she has two options. So at first, she'll take the I don't want to be an idol path, and this is going to be relevant for when I explain her social interrelations. Eventually, she realizes that she made the wrong choice. However, it's not too late to go back, so she went back and decided, I'm going to go be an idol still. That's what she realized, and I'll explain why when we get to the Revelation section. Next on the list is character shadow and some of the symbolism of that said shadow. So, as you already know, we all know Shadow Rise. Oh god, not fun times. Those weren't fun times. So, Shadow Rise is representative of reverse lovers. Reverse lovers represents false love, basically sometimes infatuation, which that can be often recognized as love nowadays. Emotional loss, being unable to forget the past, and feeling helpless. But the false love works as well with the idea of a stripper, exposing herself to try to make others love, but others love only what they see. So the symbolism, even though it is awkward for some people, and don't get me wrong, it's still awkward to this day for me. But when you think about it, the stripper symbolism is perfect for this. I can't think of anything else that could represent Rise perfectly. I'm not calling her a stripper. Just a note here. I'm not actually calling her Rise should be a stripper. I'm not saying that. But the symbolism that Atlus took with Rise and using the stripper as to represent her issues and all, how she wants to be seen, or she wants her true self to be seen by everybody. Stripper sense works. It works. You just gotta really think about it. Lover's Arcana is not about true love, not forced or lustful love. Lustful love usually falls under Devil's Arcana. But the emotional loss, it stems from how she wants to quit being an idol. And although she hides it, she does miss the attention of being an idol. I'm not calling her an attention whore. There's a difference between when you want to get attention and when you're really, there's a difference between seeking it, really. When you want attention, for what reasons, really? If you want attention because you want somebody to notice you like that, you just want to feel noticed by somebody, that's understandable. But then there is a limit. It's hard for me to really explain what's the difference between an attention seeker and an attention whore. Because face it, we've all seeked attention in our lives, and if you say you never have, you're a liar. A really bad liar. We all have desired to be noticed by somebody. And I'm not talking about typical senpai notice me. I'm actually being straight up serious. So Rise, that's how we can all relate to Rise. And I'll explain that at the end of the video, or near the end. Furthermore, Rise is haunted by the past of her fame as well, feeling she can't escape it, and actually she can. And because of this, she will never be able to live a normal life. She sacrificed that. That's the problem with being popular, guys. When you get popular, you sacrifice your ability to have the typical normal life. You must be aware of that, especially for those who want to be really like celebrities and all that. Be aware of that possibility coming to you. But the ability for Shadow Rise to use the scan, it suggests Rise's desire to be seen for more than just her outside. She wants people to see everything about her, not just that idle side of her. But anyway, that's enough of that. Let's move into the next section. Now let's get to the revelations of the social link. Rise, as you saw, when she used to get letters from this one of her fans. The story between her and this fan actually continues in Golden, but I won't spoil it. It's better for you to see it for yourself. There's videos of it anyway. But as for what it felt like, well, she was how the girl actually would work for this. How do we put it? How do I put it here? The girl had issues making friends, just like Rise did back when she was in her old time, like when she was an actual regular student at school. She had a lot of trouble making friends, just like this girl. And this girl would look up to Rise. She would look up to Rise as this stronger person. Like, she overcame her problems because, well, in the end she did make friends, but then she didn't like how she made those friends. But eventually, of course, as you know, she does make actual friends, like our characters. However, it's because of this girl keeps sending her letters, even though she quit, or she's on a hiatus at that point in time, of being an idol. Then she realizes that there are people that see her, like, see through the typical, cute idol self, and then they see her for this, like, they see, like, more than just that. And Rise likes that. But then she realizes she does want to do that, but then she realizes that she's going to be an idol to make those people happy and to make other people feel power or feel like they have strength within them. If that makes any sense. Like I said, I've already warned it. I'm warning it here too. It's just that I cannot explain Rise at all. I'm certain for the other characters it won't be the same issue, especially if we go to Yosuke, and as you saw, I did pretty well with Kanji. But anyway. Alright, I'm gonna quote Katie right here. I'm actually gonna quote something right here. Okay. People need to look into what... Okay, here's the quote, the beginning quote. People need to look into what caused the other sides of her. Her many masks she has. For one, she had no friends, so she had to put on those many masks after becoming an idol to adjust everyone, to please others and to make friends. Which her main reason for becoming an idol in the first place was to make friends. That goes back to in her social link. Personality of Rosette was what people like, so she goes into her more outgoing phase when around the party, as it's what she's used to doing for others. As the story goes on, we see more of her true self, which I think, by I mean Katie here, I think is the point where she's still flirty and all that, but still having pieces of personality not stemming from Rosette. Makes sense. Well, typically, you don't see much of Rosette. And honestly, the game should have tried to show off more of that. Golden technically did a bit. It did show off a bit of Rosette with that new event, the concert event, which I'm certain you've all heard about. But it's really hard to find out what exactly is Rosette. We see this really cheery girl. It's even more cheery than the regular Rise. So basically, you put the regular optimistic Rise and just times her optimism by 3 or more. That's Rosette right there. It's almost like it's just trying to be more of the motivational type. And there's nothing wrong with that because, well, especially in Golden, they make Rise better by the fact that she supports all-out attacks. Supporting, motivating, and helping your power and makes your attacks more effective. Basically, Golden kind of explains her a bit better, especially with the new stuff she gets. But with all that said, that kind of helped explain the multiple masks thing, where Risei says there is no real me. There are like you, me, even Rosette, all are a part of me. Like say, like all these multiple sides of her. That's the thing with Risei. Risei's social link kind of explains that it's alright to have multiple sides. You don't have to stick to just one. And that's what she realized in her social link, as Katie kind of explained right there. There are multiple. You can all have multiple masks. I mean, that's the whole point of the wild card, which I'll explain there with the main character when we get to him. But a little taste of it. The reason why he has multiple personas is to also represent the fact that people have multiple masks to face everyday life. As even I've realized, especially when how I interact with some people, how I interact with, let's say Hayden, is how I'm not gonna exactly interact with everybody else. How I interact with Hayden, Rocky, and Derek is not going to be the same how I interact with Katie, Lightning, and maybe Metroid Man, for example. Those are just random people I'm thinking of, but I can tell you I won't act the same with them, with those three, the last three I said, compared to how I act with Rose. Okay, now it's time for me to go with my opinion on Risei, and how I relate to her. Yeah, we're fine. This feels like it's been going on for a while anyway. My opinion of Risei, to be honest, like, okay, let's just get. I think she's a really cute girl. She's really positive. I like that. I want it personally. My type of girl is somebody that's the positive girl. So, I mean, Risei is cute. I could say she might be attractive, especially considering that personality, which I like. But it's way too much for me to handle. But I do like how she tries to remain strong, and then she realizes later that she should share that strength that she's attained for herself with others. And that's what she realizes the point of being the idol. She wants to pass on that strength, which God damn it, I just spoiled it. I just spoiled the golden thing right there. That's her stronger revelation beyond the first one she had, but personally, I like that. I think that's really good. Personally, you shouldn't keep strength all to yourself. Nothing wrong with having enough to defend yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. But it's okay to share that strength with others. And besides, when they get their own strength themselves, they probably will be willing to share it with you when you're out, right? But really, I just think Risei is a nice character. Sure, she does get a little irritating, just because her sex drive is all over the freaking place. Cough, cough, golden. Oh my god, it's bad. The nighttime, I mean. When you hang out with her in the night, it's pretty bad. It's really bad. So yeah, she's too much for me, but she's a really nice girl. Aside from all that stuff, and she can be funny, she does push her friends, and besides, she fucking ships like Yosuke and Chie, Kanji, and Naoto. It's like, I approve of it, Risei, but no, Risei, I'm not shipping you with main character. He's with Yukiko. I don't know about you. If you want Teddy, go for it. Or hell, you go after Kanji. I could see Risei with Kanji or Teddy. But honestly, more or less Kanji. Kanji Risei is my guilty pleasure ship. And I'm afraid to say it because I feel like the Kanji Naoto fan base will freaking rip me a new one. Ugh. Scary. And how I relate to Risei, this is something I believe everybody can relate to, not just me. The fact that we all want people to see us for who we are. We all want that. And as I said, if you've never thought you wish for somebody to notice you, you're a fucking liar. Straight up calling you out, you're a liar if you say you didn't want anybody to notice you. Especially if you've ever felt lonely. That's the time where you want somebody to notice you the most. You might push them away, but deep inside you'll at least be thankful they noticed you. I mean, in my case, if I push someone away, it's like, I'll talk to you later. Right now, I want to be alone. It's like you'll know I'll talk to you. Just wait it out. I'm like in no position to be talked to, but that's kind of off topic. Either way, I like how she says that it's alright to have multiple sides to oneself. And how it's alright to try to do something to get people to notice you. There's nothing wrong with that. There never is anything wrong with that. But then again, of course, it depends how you do it. But that's trying to add logic into this, too. That's trying to add logic in a more emotional character that is Risei. But anyway, that's really all about it. So, again, thank you, Katie. Thank you, Super Susanna, for offering giving me the help for this one. I shall put the link to her channel. I hope I don't forget, which I probably won't. Fingers crossed. But, yeah, thank you, Katie. So check out her channel. She's doing Final Fantasy X Blind, which I'm not watching because I don't really like Final Fantasy. Though she's doing Tales of Symphonia, and I like Tales of Symphonia. It's really fun. It looks really fun. I can't wait to get my own copy on April. So, yeah, I expect a Let's Play out of that too. I don't know when. Maybe at the end of the year. But anyway, yeah. So, thank you again, Katie. Thank you for that. I actually did need that. After reading that a couple of times, it started to help understand her a bit more, or be able to put it into words, really. But, yeah, that's going to be it. Next character on the list is, ironically, Teddy. We're going to get Teddy's out of the way. So, after Teddy will likely be Chie, and then Yosuke, Yukiko. I'm not sure if I should add the Dojimas anymore. I might just skip, like, leave them out. Maybe, I don't know. I should, but oh well, what can I do? If I don't get them, that's alright. If we don't get Yukiko, then I go straight to main character. So, you already know the rest of the list. So, well, if you have anything else you want to know about Rise, I can also try to offer some, I could help try to offer some insight, but then again, in the end, it is your opinion on how you view her. I don't think she's a bad character. I think all the characters of the Persona series are great. None are really bad, and if you think some of them are bad, you just fail to understand them. And that could be said. The same can be said with people in real life. If you, well, sometimes you might dislike a person because you don't understand them well enough. If you know you understand them, or if you do understand them, and you still dislike them, that's understandable. That makes sense. At least you took the time to know them, and that's kind of the point of the Persona games. You should, at least in this game, take a chance to know somebody. They might not be as bad as you say they are, especially Aya Vihara. She's not a bad character. I don't see why people hate her. First, I kind of disliked her, but then when I saw more about her, yeah. Same could be with Rosette. I heard some people don't like Rise. Then I got to go through her social link, and she's not that bad. I don't see what some people disliked her about. Sure, she is cheery, and at times it is too much for me. I agree with that. At times it is too much for me to handle, but that doesn't make her a bad character. No character in the Persona series is bad, but anyway. So, like the video, leave a comment, rate, subscribe. Thank you again, Katie, and yeah, till next video, stay gold.